Hey, do you have like your ID card on you?
I do not. I lost it.
You lost it?
Yeah.
Let me get a little bit of info from you. So is it B?
Bouton.
T-O-N.
Yeah, you can pronounce it Bouton. My dad's French.
But how did you actually pronounce it?
Bouton.
Bouton. Okay. Yeah. And what's your first name?
James.
And how about a middle initial for you?
B.
And what's your date of birth?
April 23rd, 1985.
Just had a birthday, huh?
Yeah.
And what's an address for you?
I don't really have one right at the moment. That's I just use like my parents.
Get mail?
Yeah.
Where's that?
575 Juniper Street. That's Bremerton, Washington. 98310.
And what's a good phone number for you?
I don't really have a number. That's why I just like showed up. 360-373-3745. That's my parents.
Is that parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of don't really talk at the moment.
Okay, so let me just real quick. I mean, you realize you're not in trouble, right? So
Okay, yeah.
I know we kind of got the door closed here for
Yes,
privacy,
sir.
but you're free to leave anytime. You understand
Yeah.
that?
Well,
Okay.
I know.
And I just want to make sure we have your permission to record this interview.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hey, I just got briefed on this. There's been a detective that's been working it for several years,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I think I met him before, but like that's because I used to date the daughter, Samantha Pichler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
I'm trying to see if I had assisted some. I don't know if I remember all the names, so if I have to
yeah, that's
have you remind me, I might have to do that. So, yeah. Did you ever talk to Detective Gray?
like on the phone when they were like asking for Sam.
Oh, okay.
But this is like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a female detective. Does that sound right?
Actually, it was a guy.
Was it a guy?
Yeah, it was some guy, some investigator guy or something. I didn't really know much about it. You know.
So, did you meet with Officer Rivera? You had a little bit of info?
Yeah, yesterday. I was in the hospital because I caught an ulcer. And just,
Okay, that's not
drugs,
good.
Yeah, and alcohol and all that. And then I requested a detective and an officer in the hospital, but they were like, "You got to do that on your own time." So I was like, "All right." So when I got out, I was just like, "Man, I'm just gonna call Kathy." You know, that's Joe's mom. So I gave her a buzz, and then she met me down at Harrison. And
Okay.
we decided to call up on the officer, and she asked me if it was okay, and I was like, "Yeah," you know. That's when I met Officer.
Was Kathy there when the officer showed up?
Yeah.
She
there.
hang out?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was out there.
All right. And let me ask why'd you decide to call after being in the hospital there? Or?
Just going in yesterday and just my body. I used to be bigger and everything, but then I got into like dealing meth and all of that and just, doing it. And I don't know, it's just like, it's tearing like my friends apart and my family. And I don't know, but just pretty much need to just stop. I'm not getting any younger, man.
Well, like this info, how old is it?
I've known it for roughly about 2 weeks. And I don't know, it's just been eating me alive. I think that's kind of why I went into the hospital. And they said I did have an ulcer, or some form of ulcer, so from stress maybe or whatever. Yeah. And that kind of stuff just kills you, man.
Yeah.
I pretty much just want to, don't want to be affiliated with nobody, and I'm done with it.
All right.
So
let me get, you used to date Samantha, right?
Yeah, we've been, friends and everything for a while. So I've known the family for a long, long time. I actually knew Joe, too. So, for about 13 years, I want to say.
For about 13 years?
Yeah, since, middle school or high school, roughly around there.
And when did you guys date? When was that?
It's been off and on. The last previous one was probably about 2 years ago. We broke up about 2 years. We had a falling out. It was over drugs, actually. And kind of part ways. We were living in Tacoma. And
never had any kids or anything, did you?
No, we didn't.
I'm trying to think, how is Joe about your age, or is he a little bit younger?
I'm 28. Sam's about 28, so Joe's about. He was probably the middle. He was a grade under me in Sam.
Just one grade?
Yeah, so I'd say about 26 roughly.
Somewhere in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
they generally are.
All right. Yeah, I was just looking back. I hadn't realized it'd been that long already. It was 06 when he was reported missing. So so about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
What happened?
I was visiting a friend. I was catching up with some friends named, Elena and Mitch. And they were living at this one house out in Seabeck. I get the owner was named Sean Forrester at the time. I guess he's locked up right now.
Here in Kitsap County?
Yeah, that's what I've heard on the street. He's a big snitch. But his roommate Terry, Sean's roommate Terry, older guy, was dating a lady named Michelle, and that's where I caught all that information from.
Okay. So Mitch and who? Lena?
Elena.
Elena.
Yeah.
Is it
Alyna. They know nothing about it, but that's who I was visiting. We actually had a falling out too.
Okay.
I don't really talk to them no more. Pretty much.
Do you think they heard this information?
No, they were in the other room at the time because they didn't like those two guys, Sean and what's the other guy? Sean and Terry. They didn't like him at all. So they moved out actually.
Just in case, do you know Mitch and Elena's last name?
Fuck, I don't even know. I want to say Elena Strover.
What is it?
Strover, Strover, I think, Strover.
Strover?
And Mitch, I do not know.
Mitch. Okay. Are they about your age too then?
Younger.
A little bit younger?
Oh, yeah.
Is he a white guy?
He's a Filipino guy, like half Filipino, white. And Elena's just white.
White female. But you think it's something along Strover? Something along that
Yeah,
way?
Strover.
And you said you thought it was Alyna?
Alyna.
A-Y. Okay.
But yeah.
That's a little bit different spelling.
And they knew nothing about it. I didn't even really bring it up with them,
All right. So the house is in Seabeck, right?
Seabeck, yeah. I don't know the address, but it's off of a road. I can show somebody there.
But it should be like Sean Forrester's house?
Yeah.
Is that right?
But yeah, and everyone's saying he's locked up.
He's locked up, okay. And then he has a roommate, Terry.
Terry, that was dating a lady named Michelle.
And would you know their last names by chance?
I do not.
Okay.
I really don't even talk to them. I was just there, and it was kind of just, doing drugs.
So if Mitch and Elena didn't hear this info, what did you get into a conversation with Sean or Terry or?
Yeah, see, Mitch and Elena they weren't liking those guys, so they were on the other side of the house. They're separate, like kind of a little mobile trailer type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh well, I'm gonna go hang out with them, so catch up. I don't want to make nothing feel uncomfortable. So I went in there, we did some drugs. It was actually in Terry's room, and Terry and Michelle were on the bed. And I was sitting on the stool, and then I don't know how it got brought up. I was pretty high and drunk, but all of a sudden it got into the Joe Pichler thing, and I was just like, they were like, "Do you know him?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I do." I used to date the daughter. I said so. I don't remember like what I said, but and then I started like bullshitting because at the time it seemed like a little sketched.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, yeah, I have a kid with a daughter and all that, and I don't know. It went with the flow. I don't know. It's just one of those things that you have to bullshit just to get like more information out. And then she was saying that she was pretty good friends. Michelle was saying she was pretty good friends with the other side of the family, the Gibbons, Gribbins, which is the cousins of the Pichlers.
And it's Gribbins?
Gribbins, yeah, Gribbin. And she just started talking about just like some in-depth shit, like the Gribbins knew about Joe death, or the family knows or something. But basically, she gave me two names, and it was Sean Belgard that did it. And this is 110%. She swore to me that it was Sean Belgard, and it was I don't know. Like I said, I was drunk, but I know it's either Shane or Sonny was the other guy. So I was telling Officer Rivera that yesterday. I was like, Shane could be Sonny or Sonny could be Shane. So it's another guy. But I heard that Sonny was Sean Bilgard's brother. So it could have been Sonny. But like I said, Shane could have been Sonny. So it's one of those two names. But I know Sean Bilgard's a guaranteed name. And then I asked Michelle, why didn't you ever say something or any of that? Why didn't you, this information? Why didn't you ever say something? She said that she knew, like, the family, and, like, the Gribben family, and there's just too much, she'd probably get killed or something. That's what she was telling me. Yeah, it was pretty in-depth, though. And she told me, like, she knows that those are the two guys that they did it, and it was over a drug deal. And, like, I guess Joe owed money.
Well, let me pick your brain here a little bit. So, you had went to visit Mitch and Elena.
Yeah.
But you end up talking to, was Sean and Terry there?
There was Terry and Michelle. Sean was in his other room.
So Sean technically wouldn't have anything to do with this either, then?
No.
This information?
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't know. Like, I heard the guy was a snitch, so I just did kind of like kept my distance away from him.
Okay, so like when Michelle was talking about this, it was you, Terry, and Michelle present. That was it. Okay. And you said, I thought you said, is it like a bedroom, somebody's bedroom?
It was Terry's bedroom.
Terry's bedroom?
Yep. And I was sitting on the stool, like that, and there was a bed like this, and here's Terry and there's Michelle. They were just laying on it, like a headboard, and they were just smoking. And I was just sitting there on the stool, just conversating with them. Because they were asking me who I know and all this. That's how, it got brought up. And
had you known these guys before, Terry and Michelle?
I've never, known them. Like, that was actually the first time.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
So it's...
Right. She was right, I know she was dead on. She seemed like a pretty, straightforward woman, an older woman. And you could tell, she wanted to say something about it. But, she didn't, maybe that's why she told me. I have no clue.
And it doesn't mean anything,
Yeah.
but just to kind of put everything into perspective, you guys smoking weed or meth? Or?
We're smoking meth.
Yeah. Okay. And did you say you'd been drinking a little bit too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just like beer or something?
No, yeah, beer, liquor, I think. I don't remember.
Okay.
I remember enough that, though, because it kind of just blew my eye, am I drunk?
And just let me, Michelle, how would you describe her?
Kind of in her 40s, hair up to here. It's about, I don't want to say light brown, kind of dark blonde brown, a little heavy set. Kind of tomboyish. That's
White female? Black
white,
female?
yeah, she's white.
Any tattoos or anything like that you remember? Anything along those lines? Or scars or marks?
I honestly can't, yeah.
Okay.
I know where she lives.
Did she not live with Terry then?
No, that's her boyfriend.
That's her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Where does she live?
She lives over here by El Lehi. You know where El Lehi is, in that fire station. And then you I don't know the address, but I know how to get there because that house used to be one of my good friends named Aaron. That got snitched by Sean, supposedly, from what I heard. So he's doing time in prison.
Aaron who?
JP.
Mm.
That whole little circle, man, they're all sketch, man. So this is why I don't really know much about them. But for her to tell me all of that,
Maybe I'll grab a map. Is it so? What is there? That four-way stop when you're going down towards the Lee State Park.
yeah.
So you head down the hill towards Ely itself?
No, you hit that. You get to the other stop, so you can either go straight to Ely or you can take a left, and there'll be a fire station like over here. It kind of reveres like you're heading towards the dock.
Right.
The other Ely dock instead of going to the actual national.
It kind of wise off there, doesn't it, by the fire station?
Yeah, it wise a little bit, and you go down just a little bit more, and there's like a house that goes up. Like it'll be on your left.
Oh, okay.
Like it's probably like the second or third house. It's like a dirt thing, and it goes up.
Okay, we can probably figure that out. And then tell me about Terry. What about him?
I don't really know much about him except.
Well, just white male, black male?
He's white. He's a little tall, kind of older guy. Wears glasses. Has a mustache. I think he has a mullet.
Has a mullet?
I think like some kind of mullet type thing going on. He's pretty fit dude. Maybe tattoos. Man, I'm trying to think if he does. Yeah, that's about.
What's older? What would that be?
I'd say maybe like 45 at the last, 55 at the most.
Okay.
Probably way off. He just looked old.
Well, I'm just thinking, I'm in between there. So.
I'll take it back.
Yeah. Older to you. How about that?
I just feel like once Michelle knows.
No, that's fine. I appreciate you coming in. It takes a lot sometimes when somebody has some information to come talk to the police.
I'm the only one that knows, I guess.
What did Kathy think about all of it?
She told me it was just weird because we had a bad falling out, like I said.
Oh, really?
After me and Sam broke up.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a lot for me to call, like honestly.
So, I mean, honestly, how long has it been since you talked to Kathy?
Kathy and Sam were probably about 2 years.
About that 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no kidding. Especially after just being in the hospital.
And it just came out of nowhere. Like, I told her I've been in the lowest parts of Bremerton, like, selling and doing drugs, and that's probably the only way she could have found that info, because the whole entire thing was about drugs. What they were suspecting at first, right? Like, yeah.
So how is it that Michelle knows this information?
Because she knew the other side of the family, the Gribbon side. So she said that they knew. I didn't really get in depth about it. But she said like that side knew. And I was just like, really? And then I was like, so who did it? Like honestly, and like she kept saying that she knew she did it, and I was like, who did it?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And she said, she's probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, but it was Sean Bilgard and Sonny O'Shane or whatever the guy's name was. It's one of those two names.
Mm-hmm.
But Sean Bilgard was guaranteed.
I mean, is it a situation where, I mean, she doesn't have direct knowledge, right? Is she getting this from the Gribbons?
No, Sean actually, I think, told her. Like, they've known about it since that shit happened, like, back in 2006. They've known about this for a while.
Michelle has known about this?
Yeah, that's what she told me.
So she got the info from Sean Belgard?
I have no clue, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was Sean, but yeah. She guaranteed it, and like she said it was Sean. I've asked about that name since the past 2 weeks, and I've heard these two guys are pretty pieces of shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and, like they need to be put away kind of type guys, you know.
So we got info from maybe Sean Belgard himself. That's how Michelle got the info?
Yeah, because Sean, they used to, I guess, all kick it or something. They used to hang out and all that.
Do you know the Belgards?
I don't. That's the funniest thing. I don't know none of them.
What did Michelle say about them?
They said they're just really, like, pieces of shit guys, and that she wasn't the only one. Like, a lot of people have told me those guys are just some scandalous. They said fucks and all that, you know.
Okay, so what details did Michelle give you about it then?
She just told me it was those two, and that she knows where the body is at. It's in Linesfield, and it's on the. I want to say she said it was on the left side of the tennis court. And she said it was in the piping. That's all I know. Like it was in some. They put his body in the pipe.
Okay.
That's when I started like tearing up. I was like, fuck, dude, you know?
Did
I don't want to hear this.
does she know how like Joe came in contact with the Bell Guards?
I think it's from what I heard, Sean and the other guy, well, they sell coke. They're really like big coke dealers. You know? Man, Joe owed money. That was Joe's dealers, or it was somewhere along that line. Someone with their dealer, and he owed him money, and they knew they were gonna, maybe he was gonna get all that money when he turned 18, you know, or something. I don't know. But actually, what she told me was it was something that went wrong. You know, they didn't mean to hurt him or anything like that, just to make a point, and it went a little bit too far. That's what she said.
And I mean, does she know where it happened or anything like that?
I didn't.
But then Joe ended up in a tube. Is that what he said?
Yeah, they said that he's buried in Lions Field. You know, I'm about 7% sure she said on the left-hand side, but it's by the tennis court and a piping or something. It's been covered by dirt. So, I mean, it was some in-depth stuff, you know. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's pretty.
Well, I mean, if
like,
any details, I'd like to get those from you,
Yes, sir.
if you have them. So buried at Lions Field
by the tennis court.
Maybe on the left side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on the left.
By the tennis court, and it's like in a pipe or a tube or something like that. Is
She said like a water, like she was describing like a water, you know, like the ripple black. You know what I'm talking about, like the black piping that water comes out. I don't know, like you put it in the dirt. It's kind of like ripply, or I don't know.
Oh, corrugated, I guess I call it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's for water or soil, but she said she's right around that area. He's buried in there.
And you said you thought it was covered by dirt now, or the piping's covered by dirt?
Yeah, the piping's covered, or he's in some sort of pipe that's covered.
And is there any details how, like, something happened somewhere and they transport them there, or anything like that?
No, I didn't, but that's what I'm assuming. They probably did, you know.
And if if they didn't mean to hurt him, but it went too far,
Yeah.
did you hear what happened there? I mean, does it mean he died then?
That's what I'm guessing from there, and then from the piping line field.
Does she have any details about that?
Well, she told me straight up he's dead.
He's dead?
Yeah, yeah. It was just really hard to hear.
Does she have any, what's that?
I said it was just hard to hear it, man. I was just like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when you're that freaking tossed. You're just like, man.
And so, any details how he died?
No, he didn't get into it. Like, all she said was he died, and it was just a bad, like, drug, thing that went wrong.
So
I don't know if it was about, it had to do with money, and just maybe, like, him owing money or something.
But nothing about, like, got shot or stabbed or choked him out or...
No, they didn't tell me none of that.
Right. Any other details you can think of?
That's about it.
Interesting.
He said, like how when she brought up the Gribbon side of the family and, like, how they knew, I went back to her house the next day with Michelle. So we went to go smoke some more, and one of the Gribbons ended up showing up there. Her name was Kathy. Because I was telling Kathy about that yesterday, but when Kathy came in there, she was just like, trying to get some pills or exchange some pills for some other pills because her leg was hurt. She looked at me and was just like in a big surprise, like, you know, like, oh, you know, I didn't know who the hell she was. I forgot what her name was. She didn't even know. But she was just like, you didn't see me here or something like that, and I didn't see you here. But for one.
And who said that? Kathy Gribbins?
Yeah, because she was exchanging pills with Michelle about. She had Percocets and was trying to get Vicodins or some shit like that. And basically, she didn't want me to say something, which I don't even really remember, but she was a Kathy Gribbin. Because Kathy Pichler told me that Kathy Gribbin called and said, yeah, that little guy, brown guy that Sam used to date was over here. So that pretty much kills the point of you didn't see me here and I didn't see you here. Because I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Not supposed to say anything, but she said something.
But yeah,
so you said the next day you actually go to Michelle's house, the one there in Illahee?
Yeah, she needed a ride out there, and it was actually Elena dropped us off over there. So.
Did you smoke meth that day too?
Yeah.
With Michelle?
That's right.
And
no, I was there.
How Elena ended up giving you a ride? Did you stay at like Sean's house?
Yeah, I stayed there, and then in the morning, like her boyfriend was at work, and then Elena, Michelle asked Elena if she can get a ride back to Bremerton, and I was just like, shit, I'll go. You know.
Do you remember what day it was by chance?
Let's say 2 weeks ago, but I don't know what day.
So I mean,
roughly.
I mean, do you think it was a weekend or work or
no? It was
weekday?
It was a weekday because they had to go to. Yeah.
Where does Mitch work?
Mitch, I have no clue. Like I said, like, I don't even talk to those two. I haven't talked to them the past couple of days. We've had a bad falling out.
Why is that?
It's over drugs and everything. This whole entire thing's been about drugs. I'm just like done, like just done with it. That's why I'm just like, man, I don't want to snitch out nobody, but I feel like I just want to I want some protection. That's all. I'm just asking straight up. Pretty much can cover my own self, but yeah.
Okay, so I don't know, maybe kind of as a summary. So you know Mitch and Elena.
Yeah.
And they happen to be living with Sean Forrester out in Seabeck.
Yeah.
And then there's Terry, that's a roommate of Sean's.
Yes, sir.
That lives there. And then Terry has a girlfriend, Michelle. And then while you had went to visit Mitch and Elena, you end up talking to Terry and Michelle.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And then just not knowing them, getting in a conversation about who you know and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then Pichler comes up.
Yeah, the Peck and Joe Pichler. Yeah. And then she told me that she knew the cousins, the Gribbins, and they knew about it.
Did you say
I don't know.
The Gribbins are cousins, or the cousins is the last name too?
No, they're the cousins of the Pichlers.
Cousins, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Michelle seems to have, I mean, is it fair to say firsthand knowledge?
I'm going to say, like, how she was talking, and she seems pretty, like, you know, like she's about her shit, like, straight up.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm pretty much dead point, like, you guys.
So she thought there's like a Sean Bellegarde, and then there might be a Sonny or a Shane. Or
Those are, like, I guess her friends or not her friends. I don't know. I didn't really get them death, but she knew them pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Knows them, so I don't know if they had a bad falling out in the recent years or whatever not, but she told me straight up that it was Sean Bellegarde and Sonny or Shane was the other name. Like I said, pretty much if we find Sean, you're gonna know who the other one is, Sonny or Shane. But the Sean Bellegarde, 100%.
So like Sean and then the other Bellegarde sound like they're dealers.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joe would get his supply from Sean Bellegarde.
Yes. That's what it sounds like to me. Like
there might have been like some money owed. Joe owed some money.
That, or Joe was gonna get a larger amount of money, or I don't know. It has to do with money. I'm guessing, you know. But how she was just coming about it, you know.
Uh-huh.
Because she said owed.
Owed, okay. And then at some point, something went wrong, and at least Sean Bellegarde, maybe through Michelle, has said that, didn't mean to hurt him, but it just kind of went too far.
Yeah.
So eventually, Joe's body, because she said he's dead.
Yeah, she said he's dead.
Is buried in Lions Field. And it might be on the left side by the tennis courts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some kind of water pipe or something underground.
Yeah. I was thinking, piping. Some sort of piping. Because if it was a water pipe, it'd just be wanting to, push the body.
I'm trying to think. I know there's the tennis courts up by Lebo.
Yeah, that's
Was there
the
tennis
one.
courts down closer to the water?
No, not one back then, back in the day. I just
Is there
know
some
the
down
ones
there
right-
now?
No.
Can't picture.
I just know she's sitting. I just know that one tennis court. It's right there, but it's a little close to the road.
Right.
So it's got to be roughly
I'm trying to think if there's a water station.
We used to
thing
drink
there.
down there when we were younger.
Yeah.
I had spots around there. I mean, it kind of dips. I don't know.
Okay. Anything else you can think of?
Not at the moment. No, I don't know. I pretty much feel relieved about saying it. But I don't know.
So it's kind of this, kind of the lifestyle that you've had here for a while, the drugs and that kind of stuff, and being sick.
I'm just done with it. I just don't want, everybody just getting on me, thinking I'm a snitch or anything. I mean, I went on Facebook and posted that I'm in Houston.
Oh, yeah?
Texas, yeah. Trying to catch people off guard, but
Why would somebody think you're a snitch?
that was a big thing. I mean, Michelle told me, and then if you guys talk to her, she's gonna probably be like, "Oh yeah, told him
Oh,
about
you mean
James,"
if-
and then it's gonna lead to
if
other
it-
things. And I just,
If it came around that, the info came from you or something like that. I
it's
see.
just gonna get bigger, and then what it is, and I don't really live anywhere. I've been just couch surfing it with, selling, and that's all I do. I'm always on foot,
Yeah.
So I have a number, and I don't talk to my mom. I don't talk to my dad's in Korea because he's in the Merchant Marines.
Have you,
Me and my mom hate each other once.
yeah.
So
Have you worked before?
no, yeah, I did roughly. I did roofing.
Yeah?
So,
Okay.
it's pretty much. It took me a while coming. Like I said, 2 weeks to come in here because I didn't want to fuck myself over, really, and make sure I was okay. But kind of came at it,
All right. Anything else you can think of, James?
That's about it.
All right. I don't know. Let's see. So there's a detective that's actually assigned to the case. She's not here, so that's why I came to talk to you. I'm not sure what the next step would be.
Yeah.
I remember working on the case a little bit, when it first happened, but I haven't really had any, haven't associated with it here in a while. So why don't I give you my business card?
Okay.
I'm not sure when the detective will be back, and obviously they'll go through the sergeant too about the info, and they'll see how they'll want to work with it. So.
Okay.
Is there a good way to get in touch with you then? You said you don't have a phone, or just no minutes?
I just don't have a phone.
Just don't have a phone?
Period. And
Yeah.
I don't really, like I said, since I'm getting out of this, I just don't have a place.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna go back and affiliate myself with a lot of people. It's just gonna bring me back to the same lifestyle that I'm
What,
trying to get away from.
I can hold off on that for a minute. So, all right. I don't know. I suppose you could give me a call or something every few days or something like that. I don't know if there'd be any immediate action to it.
Okay.
And it's not like, the detective would go to Michelle and say, hey, James told me this.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be one of those kind of things anyway. So it's probably one of those cases where, they've interviewed hundreds of people, and it might just be, it could be something that they know about already or have some info about. So like I said, it's not it won't be like, hey, James told me this,
Yeah.
So, yeah. So let me do that. Anything else?
That's about it.
That's about it? Okay. Well, I'll give you my card too, and then if you think of something, you can always give me a call. And then I've always learned too, as a detective, if I don't ask the question, I don't get the answer. Anything I'm forgetting or not asking, that makes sense?
Yeah.
I've kind of covered it all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm going to go turn off the camera. And if you just give me another minute, I'll be back here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Hold tight. All right.
No doubt.
What's that?
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.